So one of the things you talked about, which is how your organization now is in the ESOP program. I think you said it was, could you ESOP?
Employee stock ownership program.
So I think one of the most important things for effective management and efficient businesses is putting the carrot in the right place. The motivator for the team to achieve or to have the behaviors that you want needs to be in the right place. Can you talk to me a little bit about why that's motivating for you? And then I want to talk a little bit about some things I've seen from a bonus structure standpoint on the restaurant side. And I want to ask you about whether or not this is one of those things that's just universal.
Well, I mean, really, as much as I love my job and love the team, at the end of the day, everyone's after it's money. I mean, that's how you're paying your bills and paying to do fun stuff and getting things, and like you need the money, right? So, from an ESOP perspective, though, it's the ultimate ownership. I mean, I have ownership stake in my company, and what I do, my actions directly result to my longevity. I mean, if I don't do the right things and the business fails, then that's my future, right? Where on the flip side, obviously, I'm very motivated in doing like the more that the best that we do and the more we grow, well, then that's more money we make. And it is more of a long-term thing because again, when you're, ESOP, you're looking at like, hey, you're locked in until you're retired. So it's still like, it's not immediate satisfaction. And there's obviously other things that you can get that immediate satisfaction over, but you're really thinking like long term and having a future plan. So there's really not much more motivating than like, hey, like I have ownership in this, and what I do every day matters to the future of not only the company but me. I mean, that's you. If you don't have that, well, you're working for a paycheck, and now your motivations might be promotion, might be more money. But I feel like on of all of that is short term, right? It's not that long term vision.
Sounds really intelligent the way they built it out. It motivates you to do behaviors that are good for the long-term health of the business so that it's worth the most when you retire,
Yep.
when it's going to be valuable for you. Where for them, they want the business to grow in value like Coca-Cola over, they want it to continue to become more and more consistent, or,
Yep.
but have some kind of consistency and reliability to it. Sometimes if the bonus structure is put in the wrong place, it could, and I think we see a lot of this in the startup space where you're setting up for a merge, or you're setting up for an acquisition. So you're trying to shoot the moon. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
like putting all of the effort and time into let's show how valuable we are right now. And
Or even that, the first MSP that I worked at, and this was only in place for about a year. They were, they were still on the newer sides trying to get their foot, but their bonus structure was based off of billable hours. So, once you achieved your FTE rate, so like not only your salary, but your share of the utilities, healthcare, like your fully utilized cost, then once you hit above that, then there would be kind of like a profit sharing, like, hey, you get this many billable hours, you get this exponential calculation. Sounds great, right? Well, me coming in as the new person, there's 3 techs. Well, the 2 techs above me, they didn't want their paycheck to be less. Like they wanted more money. And it's not on them. I'm not angry about them at all. Like anybody would do this. So they're taking the easy tickets and the quick fixes and things like that. And I would only get like maybe new setups or things that took longer or things that they didn't want to deal with. So I really wasn't learning or progressing because like I'm not getting anything. And I'd be sitting there bored and being like, hey, do you have anything for me? And they're like, yeah, no, I really don't, because they didn't want to give me their quick tickets because that means less money out of their paycheck. So in that point, like the bonus structure is kind of a negative thing because now it's negatively affecting the team. We're not growing and it's just,
well, and it's strangling the business because there's somebody that
Yep.
could do the work faster.
Mm-hmm.
And then more work total could be done, which would increase the sales of the business. But
Yep.
because of the way the bonus structure is set up, the behaviors of the team members don't match the long-term goals of the business.
Yep.
But in a long-term profit sharing model, which is what you have, the values are aligned. I want my business to be worth as much as it can possibly be worth over time, and you want your bank account or whatever, your personal net worth, to be safe and valuable in the long run.
Yep.
They align. I've seen it go both ways in the restaurant industry, and I'll draw the juxtaposition now. So there were times that the bonus structure for general managers was set up in profit share, and then there were times where it was set up in hitting a goal or a metric. So things like you make X amount of money if you have this service time, motivating speed in service delivery, right? More customers, or quicker delivery to the customers, more sales. Seems reasonable. If you have this much variance in your food, meaning ideal, or your food costs, meaning you portion properly and you didn't waste, that type of thing, you get your bonus. Seems reasonable. Make the right amount of food, X, Y, and Z. You make the right amount of profit. That should be in alignment. But the problem is when those goals are set up, not related to the outcome, or to the behavior, but directly to the outcome, what people start to do is behaviors that straight to the line achieve the outcome, not behaviors that long-term achieve the outcome, which can lead to different things. So for instance, if you want to have really good service times, you may decide that you don't want to do deliveries to the parts of your delivery area that are far away.
Yep.
You may decide that you are going to send more deliveries together because they're, it'll be faster in the short run, but the quality of the product's going to go down across all of them versus, allowing it to be slightly longer and the pizza's getting there, meaning sending more drivers. So you're not getting all the deliveries out of the store, or whatever, but the quality of the product's better. So you're losing customer satisfaction by hitting the goal, right?
Yep.
Yeah, we delivered them all faster, but the pizzas were out of the store in a wet box for 25 minutes. The customer got it. Yeah, they got it 2 minutes quicker than they would have. So your number feels a lot better to your ego, but the customer wasn't happy with the product, and the likelihood that they order again is less. With the food, or maybe, hey, I'm just going to cancel these orders that are going to be late. Fuck them.
Yep.
You know what I mean? If somebody really wants to, and I believe me, you'll see it if you have people that aren't
Yep.
that are not motivated properly. You know what I mean? Similarly, with the food, I'd see people ringing up food they didn't make, so it looked like we were supposed to use this much, but we actually used this much, or
Yep.
intentionally underportioning so they could get their bonus and delivering a less quality product to the customer, reducing the total sales of the store on whole. All of those things are behaviors that are motivated by the goal. Whereas if the goal is make as much money as possible, then you get managers that are looking at, well, if I sell these coupons versus these coupons, the total food cost is less. Or if I staff these people here, or if I use more drivers instead of managers, my total labor cost is less. And now they're thinking about the behaviors they could do that make them more money, but it also makes the business more money.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get to send your leaders into the store or into the department, and the teaching that you give them, they're grateful for it because you just taught them how to run their business better, which means they get to make more money because your bonus structure is set up properly. So I think that's like, to kind of summarize the juxtaposition of this particular thing, I think incentives is one of the most important one of the most important things to predict behaviors. And if you want an efficient business, having well set up incentives and incentive programs, I think goes between the two things and probably goes across all industry.